Trainwreck time. Welcome, folks, to Idiosyncratic Idiots Music Meltdown here on YouTube. It's time for a little Tom Petty breakdown on Music Meltdown with your host, Timothy Lee. Gonna give you a little tease to start it off. Listen, folks. You know. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers bringing it in strong on the recommendation of the one and only, the irreplaceable Mr. John Hipp, Lexington, North Carolina's finest son. Get you some of that. Boom! Hello, everybody. It's Thursday night Trainwreck. We got the great, the one and only, the musical mascot, Boots is with us here in the house. Jesse Jones, the super talented, superhuman, amazing young lady who wants a little camera tease. Is with us right here. Let's get a little camera tease for you. Oh, that's it. That's all you got. And you know it. It's Thursday night Trainwreck. We'll wait for everybody to get in again. Let's give another little tease of what we got coming on tonight. So let's get to the point. Let's roll another joint. You know, you don't know how it feels to be her. And she only has one eye, so go figure. She is from Pennsylvania after all, so what are you going to do? It is what it is.
That's not nice.
We hope you're all safe and warm and well. You're healthy. You're happy. You're fulfilled. This is... Hello! The K profession.
Sorry. Okay.
Lindsay Perry says, hi. The Healthy Body says, go Lions. Well, you know what? You're trying to get me in trouble because I am a Chicago. What's your name? My name is Timothy Lee, your host of Idiosyncratic Idiots Music Meltdown here on YouTube. Tonight, once everybody gets in and we get all settled, we're going to talk about the great Tom Petty tonight is our subject tonight. Go Bears. Amen to that. And before we start, let me get a little shout out to my boys from Liverpool. The Reds are in control. The English Premier League, get ready, folks, because Liverpool's going to have the party this year. So thanks for everybody for joining us. We hope you're all safe and well. We hope you're warm. We hope the weather isn't as wild and crazy as it's here in the northwest woods of Pennsylvania. We appreciate you all joining us. Healthy Body says, go Bears. Where's everybody from? Matthew Ortiz. Hello, how you doing tonight, Matthew? Thanks for joining us. We're going to be talking about the great. I gotta go. And you don't know how it feels. That's from the great Tom Petty and Tom Petty's YouTube channel. Thank you for providing us with that background noise. Good, how are you? Matthew says, Eagles suck. Uh-oh. Take it easy, Ray Phoenix, because even though I'm on the other side of the state, of course, this is a Pittsburgh Steelers town, or area. Not necessarily my team, but that's who they all talk about here is the Steelers. So Matthew Ortiz says, good, how are you? I'm doing great. Thanks for joining us. We're going to talk about the great Tom Petty tonight at some point. We are a happy, calm community. Amen to that. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you for sharing that. Let's get a little tease. I have a co-host who's kind of only want to do a one-eye camera turn so far because she's got some Hello from my SK says hello from Miami. Wow. Hello to you. But whoa, she put the whole face in the camera. Boom. Hey, can you do the sign? Change the sign around. You forgot to change it.
Okay.
Hello, SK from Miami.
What's
The
it
great
like? What's the weather
Miami.
like?
Oh, Matthew's from Florida.
Woo,
How is
wow.
what part of Florida are you from, Matthew? How's the weather down there?
What's
It's
the
got to be
weather
better
like?
than here. It has got to be better than here. We are sponsored tonight by Doan Reliable Solutions.
And where is Tom Petty's hometown?
Where is Tom Petty's hometown? Gainesville, Florida. The great Gainesville. The great home of Felonious, Florida. Yes, sir, indeed. Boom.
Good
I
to have
sleep in a
Florida.
Eddie. Hang on. I gotta get Eduardo Medina says I sleep in a tub. Johnny Hipp, there's the man of the hour, the man who brought the suggestion tonight. This is for you, John. Let's start it off. You don't know how it feels. Yep, Johnny Hipp says, you don't know how it feels to be me. Boom, the great Tom Petty. Good to have you, John. All the way from Lexington, North Carolina. Boom. Lindsay Perry says, hi. Hi, Lindsay. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Wichita says, hello, my friends.
Hello. Peace to you, too. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Yo, what's up, Daniel?
Waiachaka.
I'm in Alabama, USA. Wow, beautiful. Waiachaka. Waiashaka.
Good job.
Waiashaka from Alabama, the great state of Alabama. Birmingham, Alabama. Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Boom. I'm happy. Song is my favorite. Cool. That's a good one. Honestly, Matthew, my favorite Tom Petty one that I grew up when I was in high school, because I'm probably a lot older than everybody in this house right now, is Even the Losers, They Get Lucky Sometimes. From Dan the Torpedoes, one of my favorite records. Al Connor 2. Yes, brother. Hope you well from UK Manchester, sending big respect. Amen. Thank you, brother. Thank you for not getting all crazy. I know people get all wild when I break out the football gear. What was your favorite thing to do?
The real football. That's the real football.
Yes, Mr. M. Mr. M bringing the heat. Yes, R.I.P. to Gene Hackman. Rest in peace, Gene. Thank you for all the French Connection and all the firm and all the great television and movies that you did. We send out condolences as a family, as an idiosyncratic idiots music meltdown family, and Breakdown is a good one. So rest in peace, Gene. Thank you. Good to have you with us, Mr. M. Glad you could make it with us. Jessie will be back in a little bit. She's got some. She had some.
Laundry.
No, I wasn't gonna say it, but okay.
Laundry.
She has laundry to do. She decided to actually put on some clean clothes for once. So, but she'll be with us shortly. So hang in there.
Once a month, I do laundry.
John. Wait, before you go, John Hibb says I have a question about the tour bus. Shoot, John. What's the question? And SK. Breakdown is a great song. Breakdown, go ahead and give it to me. Today is National, SK says, today is National Chili Day.
Woo!
Oh, wow, Matthew Ortiz. Well, then you're going to need to, hopefully Frank will show up tonight, because Matthew Ortiz says he helps homeless people on the streets in Miami.
Oh,
so
wow.
I believe is he in Miami? Is he the one?
Thank you, Matthew.
Oh wait, I think he's from Miami. Sorry, the chat's going. Hi, Lindsay Perry. How are you? Whoa, what did I do? Okay. Okay, John Hipp says we should get a used tour. Yes. Well, we're talking about we're saving our pennies, John. So just bear with us. We're gonna get there because a little Tom Petty for you in the background. How's that? Boom. Matthew says, I'm licensed in Florida and I help almost feeling by giving. I'm live in Florida. Wow, I live in Florida. Okay, thank you, Matthew. That's really nice of you, man. I'm glad. Yep. Roll another joint. Thank you so much. My soap up. Do you eat your fries with mayonnaise? I have before. It's not bad. I wouldn't say that would be my go-to, but yes, I have before. Thank you for asking. Thank you, Lindsay, for joining us. Yes, those headphones, exactly. John Hipp says he's eating his with mayonnaise, so I want to break out another one that I was listening to earlier today. Let's see here. It is from Live Aid. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, maybe I can't find it. There we go. Here you go. This is from Live Aid in 1986 from Farm Aid YouTube channel. Have you ever seen a bear? Yes, I have, Matthew, many times. There's lots of black bears up in this area. So this is from Live Aid. I'm sorry, Farm Aid 1986. There you go. So share the moon. Boom, there it is. Tom resigned with the same record label, but a better. Yep, exactly, Mr. M. How great was that? No brown. Matthew Ortiz says, any brown bears? No brown bears up in this area. Mr. M, the interesting thing I thought that I remembered back as I started reading a little bit, I haven't really deep dive in. Yes, you did, John. You got that question right. So good for you. Is the 998 when he was going to release that record and they said it was what did they call it? Superstar pricing. And he said he was going to change the title of the record to 898 because he didn't want it sold for that extra $1, which was a lot back then. So my soap op, I have met only one American yet who likes fries with mayonnaise. He mixes it. Yeah, mustard and mayo would definitely be the go-to dipping sauce. Or you could do like the, mayonnaise and ketchup, which is another thing I've seen people do. So, yeah, it's not. I actually like fries with malt vinegar. That's my go-to. So, but yeah, Mr. M, Tom Petty was so much about artist control and let me see here. Let me get my notes here. We're gonna jump right into this thing. Artist control and freedom, and he was all about that. And he was notorious for always fighting with the record labels and kind of doing what he wanted to do. So he had a storied career. He was born Tom Petty was born on October 20th, 1950, in the great Gainesville, Florida. Interestingly enough, even though there's some dispute in this, and whenever it comes to this gentleman, there seems to always be a dispute, even though I love him and I've seen him live here recently at Seneca Allegheny Casino in Salamanca, New York, is Don Felder was supposedly one of the first guys to give Tom Petty guitar lessons, though Tom Petty is quoted as saying that um, he taught him piano. So I don't know. You believe who you want to believe, but that's in Gainesville, Florida, back in the 60s, right before the start of Mud Crunch with the great Mike Campbell of the Dirty Knobs fame, and Benmont Tench, so who later became part of the Heartbreakers. The Heartbreakers were Benmont Tench, Mike Campbell, Ron Blair originally, and the great Stan Lynch, the alcohol-fueled wild man Stan Lynch. Ron Blair was replaced in 1982 by Howie Epstein, and that lineup stayed for quite a while. Eventually, the Sauce got the best of Stan, and Steve Ferroni then replaced him on the drums. There's a lot to unpack with, I'm not going to say that I'm a huge, I've obviously listened to a ton of the music, but I won't say that I've gone really super deep on like following him. Obviously from 76 to 82, boy, they were churning them out. We've got Tom Petty and their Heartbreakers in 76. You're going to get it in 78. My personal favorite record of Tom Petty's, Damn the Torpedoes, in 79. Hard Promises in 81. Long After Dark in 82. Southern Accents in 85. And then there's several other in between, but then I wrote in Into the Great Wide Open in 91, which I know was a big one. As far as the solo stuff goes, I do really like Full Moon Fever and Wildflower, and done, I believe, both with the great Rick Rubin behind the board. I did watch a great documentary that I really highly suggest you all watch. It's on YouTube. You can find it right here on our home channel of YouTube. It's called Sound City, and it's about the Sound City recording studio in Van Nuys, California. I highly recommend it. Tom Petty is in there, but I highly recommend that if you haven't seen that. It's called Sound City. Very, very interesting. And if you're all in the know about how they make music and all that, that Neve board is amazing. And it's crazy how much the guy that owned that paid for that control board in that studio, and so much great music. So let's play a little more music. Now that the boss isn't here, I'm going rogue, even though she would probably not allow me to do this, but we're going to do it because you're with the man, the legend, the one and only, the future YouTube celebrity, Timothy Lee, your host. So let's get it, because I love this song. Again, this is from Farm Aid 1986 from the Farm Aid YouTube channel. He's got that black top hat on. Great song, man. I love that song. So what else is going on, everybody? What else you want to what are your thoughts on Tom Petty? Mr. M, I do love it. He did re-sign. It was with, I believe he was negotiating with MCA and he was with MCA and he was negotiating with Warner Brothers. I know there was a big thing. And that's what I always loved Tom Petty about, because I think he did kind of care about the consumers and the lovers of music like we all are here. And so I always gave Tom Petty credit for that. Obviously, it's a predatory business. We all know that. I know Mr. M knows that. It's brutal. Okay, so John Hipp says, I have 104 subscribers. Good for you, John. Good for you. You're moving on up. You got almost as much as we do, so you're right there with us. Frederick D. Solar said, my girlfriend just left me, so I stole her wheel. Okay, then. So guess who came crawling back to me? It sounds like a song lyrics there. Mr. M said, love Tom Petty's tour with Dylan in 85, 86. Yeah. Mr. Appleskin, sorry, I missed some, I'm having a problem with the chat here, so let me see if I don't have the boss here to take care of everything, so, there we go. I still don't know why it's not working, but okay. Have you? All right, I'm having a hard time keeping up with all this, so hang on, folks. You guys are coming in strong tonight. I did see a question back here from. Yes, Mr. M. I did listen to that. I heard that I Won't Back Down cover by Johnny Cash. That is an interesting take on that song. Mr. Appleskin asked, what's this channel about? Mr. Appleskin, our channel is about keeping music alive. It's just a goofy old dude like me that with my sidekick, who you'll see in a little later, the boss, the one and only, the superpower human, Jesse Jones. She'll be here a little bit. She's doing her laundry right now. We're just here to keep music alive, just talk music. We try to have a topic every week, but sometimes we're just sitting here and chatting and seeing how everybody's life's going, bring up some music. That's what I love, music. It's so important. It's so soothing to the soul. And that's really what I want to do. I'm an old dude that just wants to see people, especially the young people, keep music alive. A lot of our heroes, if you want to say, back in the day, musicians are passing away now. And, my big thing is just to keep their memory alive, because the music will always be with us. So that's really the basis of what we're doing with the channel. Have you ever moved to a different state or country? Matthew Ortiz says, yes, I have. I've lived in Nevada. I've lived in Texas. I've lived in Michigan. I've lived in Illinois. I've lived in Pennsylvania. So yeah, I've been around. I've definitely moved to different states. Yep. John, we are working on the RV. It's gonna be, I'm just starting a new job on Monday. So, it's going to be a minute. We're saving our pennies, and someday we'll get in the tour van and we're going to head up north to see Mr. M. We're going to go see Frankie in East Falls, and then we're going to head down to the great state of North Carolina and Lexington and get some barbecue with John Hipp down there. I'm going to move to Australia, Matthew Ortiz says, tomorrow to see my favorite. Well, good for you. Let's see here. Yes, I did look up your town, John. It looks like a very nice place. Sorry, I'm a little behind in the chat, guys, so hang on there. I don't have my sidekick to kind of help me through this. There are two different commercials. 9-1 is Ford that is using the bands the what? Huh? Interesting. Mr. M says there are two different commercials. 9-1 is Ford that is using the bands the weight. Interesting. And John Hipp, the one and only, says, yes, we are family, John. That's what we're all about here. Like I said, we're just having fun. I'm not a musical historian. I'm not an expert by any. I work, as you all know, I'm 77 years old. I work in a coal mine, and I take my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches every day to work. So what are you going to do? We're just here to have fun, talk music. Let's play a little more. Let me pull up another Tom Petty song here. Let me see what I got going on here. I'm a little disorganized because I don't have my producer. Mahet Yasal says, bro. Okay, thanks for joining us. Let's see here. What else can we find here on the YouTube? Actually, somebody mentioned this song, and I do like this one. So let's play a little bit of that one. I saw it right here. This is live in '85. I hope you all enjoy this. SK says, my family comes from Mahoney City, PA. All right. The Great Breakdown here on YouTube. This is from Sadsama's channel. This is Tom Petty Breakdown live in '85 with the great Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. I love this song. It is a great song. Matthew, I'm not sure where Mahoney City, PA is. I'm not sure exactly where that is, SK. Matthew, I'm going to move to Australia tomorrow because my favorite animal is a cheetah because it reminds me of my pet animal plush that my dad gave me before he died. Oh, well, I don't know if they have cheetahs in Australia, Matthew, but okay. Okay, yes, we are talking about Tom Petty. John, bring up what do you want to what do you want to talk about Tom Petty, John? Give me something to talk about. It's your choice, your show. So what is it that you want to talk about, Tom Petty? You got anything that you want me to know about Tom Petty that you know about that maybe I don't? I figured I'd play a little music of Tom Petty tonight, seeing as the boss ain't here, so I'm going hog wild. What is your favorite sport to do? My favorite sport, Matthew asked me what is my favorite sport, is golf, for sure. I love to play golf. I don't play as much as I used to, but I love to play golf. Come on, Johnny. Come on, dig deep in them Lexington, North Carolina roots. And Mahet, I'm not going to repeat after you because I don't know what that means. So unless you tell me in English what that means, did Tom Petty die? John asked, did Tom Petty die? Yes, unfortunately, he did. On October 2nd, 2017, he passed away, sadly. It was, I believe, right after the Hollywood Bowl run, I believe. And it was a sad day. It was definitely a loss. For sure. It was definitely a loss. Yeah, it's really sad, John. He did so many great things especially with the Traveling Wilburys. I thought that was a great project, and it was so Tom Petty. It's so was like the right thing to fit for him. So any one-shot goals? I mean, like hole-in-ones? Yes, I've had a few. In fact, the great Jesse Jones, who will be here, our producer, our lovely superhuman. Yep, Elvis did die, I believe, in 77. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a huge Elvis fan, other than the fact that he loved the Las Vegas Hilton and the Colonel Tom Parker and Priscilla Presley, a young Priscilla Presley. Soon enough, Jess will be here with us. So for those of you wondering where she is tonight, let's put a little more breakdown on and see what y'all think of this. I love what a great guitar riff. Mike Campbell is a shredding guitar player, and he's out now with his own band called the Dirty Knobs. In fact, they're touring this summer, or they might be out right now. So he's definitely a phenomenal musician. Do a little audience participation. There you go. During travel, Mr. M says, during traveling Wilburys sessions, Tom and Bob would sit on the side discussing Americana music. Wow, wouldn't you just love to be a fly on the wall for that discussion? Lord have mercy. Okay, Matthew, thanks. Be safe, Matthew. Thank you for what you're doing out there. Be very safe. Stay, hopefully you have shelter and food. And unfortunately, we probably will not be going live tomorrow. We normally do it on Thursday nights, but you know, if we have time, I might pop on there, or we might pop on here. It's just hard to say. We both work full-time jobs, so you know we do the best we can. But thank you for joining us tonight, Matthew. We want you to be safe. We want you to be blessed, and thank you for everything you do, and thanks for joining us tonight. Wow, Mr. M, I'm thinking about this statement again. Mr. M said, during the Travel and Wilbury sessions, Tom Petty and Bob Dylan would sit on the side discussing Americana music. Wow. I would love to have heard those conversations. I'm sure there was a lot of info being passed off. All right, John. Yes, John, you are being respectful. Thank you. Appio, Mr. Appio is in the house. Now all we need is Frankie, and we got the 4 OGs, which is Mr. M. Appio, the great Frankie from East Falls, Pennsylvania, and the one and only John Hipp from Lexington, North Carolina, who today brought up Tom Petty. And Appio says, Tom Petty, what a music catalog. Boy, oh boy, is that the understatement of the day. Appio, since the boss isn't here, I'm going hog wild tonight, which evidently I'm not supposed to do this, but you know what? We're throwing it to the wind tonight. Uh-oh. There we go. A little breakdown for you live from in 85. This is just for Appio joining us. He's in the house. All right, let's see what else we can find on here. Oh, of course, everybody knows this song. Boy, they played this to death when I was in high school. This is from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers channel. This is called Refugee, which I'm sure you all know. Too much about it. Yes, Mr. M asks, have I ever seen Tom Petty live? I did see Tom Petty live. It was on Hard Promises in, I believe it was in like the fall of 81, I believe. I don't know, Mr. M, but I do remember seeing him. I loved it. Was a great show. Again, it wasn't something that, I mean, I was into it, but at that time I was also way heavy into like the new wave of British heavy metal and that kind of stuff. So Tom Petty wasn't, I wasn't doing all the jam band stuff back then. Appio says, thanks for mentioning Mike Campbell. Any other Heartbreakers working or touring? Well, I know that, as far as I know that Benmont Tench does a thing in LA. And it's interesting you brought this up, Appio, because I was trying to think of the name of there's a club in LA. It's not like one of the ones that like the Whiskey or any of that. It's kind of a newer place. I can't, and I know he was doing gigs there like once a month. So he's definitely out there still playing. I don't know if they're doing, but obviously Mike Campbell and the Dirty Knobs he's got a full-time band, and they're doing some big. I know he's headlining, and then he's also open. I'm not sure who he's opening up for, but they're doing some, pretty decent sized club dates. So good on. I know that he's been asked. He's been asked if they would ever do a reunion, with the band, and I think he said probably not. I think if I remember correctly, he said something to the effect that he still wasn't really ready to revisit that. I mean, that shows you what a big loss Tom's death was. I mean, that was his whole life. I believe. Okay, Appio says, yeah, next month Mike is playing Inglewood, New Jersey. Yeah, so I thought they were either out now or getting ready to go out. So the band is called Mike Campbell and the Dirty Knobs. What a perfect band name. I'm not sure what he's talking about. I think Jesse thought he was talking about dirty doorknobs, but yeah, probably. So Mr. M says, John Hipp, spam, 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 spam. Lovely spam. A little note on spam. What state, y'all, eats the most spam of all the states of the United States of America? I think you can guess this one. And it's not one of the continental states. And they are the largest consumers of spam. And boy, oh boy, have I had some good times out there. I've been there many, many, many times. In fact, when you go to the McDonald's, this was a while ago, but you could get spam at the McDonald's in this state. I really appreciate everybody for joining us. I love you guys. I love doing this. Again, for those of you who may not have joined us, the Big I, exactly. Boom. Hawaii. Appio pulls it off. Amen. Because of the military and the war and all that, they crush spam. There is spam everywhere. John, you are fine. You are fine, John. You are one of the family, John. You don't have to feel like I will never block you or kick you out. You're part of the family. So we're thank you for being here. We're thank you for the great suggestion. I mean, here, look, the boss isn't here, so I'm going to play some music. I know there's, I guess, I don't know, rules in this whole thing about doing lives, but you know what? Throw them out the window tonight because the boss ain't here. So let's play a little music. Let's have some fun. This is what I've wanted to do always. So John, you don't have to worry about anything. I hope you all can hear that. Have to live like a refugee. Yeah, exactly. Spam a lot. Appio says if you were in Monty Python, you would say spam a lot. Amen to that. The little dude clicking the coconut shells. That's such a great movie. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. What a classic. So, yeah. I hope you enjoy this. I've always wanted to be able to play music on this, but the big cheese says she doesn't want to do all this work and then get the video taken down. But you know what? We're throwing caution to the wind, folks, because you're with me. Timothy Lee, your host on the crazy, the wacky, the one and only Idiosyncratic Idiots Music Meltdown. John, you're fine. Just relax. Have some fun with us. I didn't say you've cussed. I don't know where this is all coming from, but you're fine. Let's talk some Tom Petty. That's fine. Let me find me another Tom Petty song. Let's see. How about this one? This is again from the Tom Petty YouTube channel. Now I know you've all heard this song. See you later, Matthew. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Thanks for being calm. Free falling. There you go. Okay. Let's listen to a little bit. This is called The Waiting. Boy, you hear that voice and that guitar tone, and you know exactly who this is. I love that. Yeah, okay. John wants Free Falling. Let me find it. John. Boy, the boss, when she sees this in playback, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble, folks. This might be the last time you'll see me ever live. Okay, here you go. Here's a live version of it from Barely Post Vids. Okay, hang on. Hang on, Appio. I'm going to read your comment here in a second. Let's listen to a little bit of Free Falling for John. Sir Mama loves Jesus and America too. She's a good girl. It's crazy about Elvis. I love that Rickenbacker guitar, man. That is sweet, man. Okay. Mr. M says the only way to get away with playing music is if you react or review it, but you have to keep stopping the song for comments. Amen. That's what she said, Mr. M. But she's like totally freaked out about the whole thing, and she does do a lot of work to put this together and do all the thumbnails, and that's all Jesse does that. I'm not that talented to know all that, so I appreciate that. She did say that, and you know what? I'm throwing caution to the wind. I love you guys. I love you, being here. I look forward to this. Let's go back to Appio's comment. Appio said, what I admire about Petty was he stood up to the record companies. Amen to that. There's no doubt about that. He despised the record company. And I really think the whole industry per se and how it was all set up, especially on pricing. And we need someone like him to fight Ticketmaster. Amen. This whole Live Nation, Ticketmaster, and all this stuff, it's a joke. And personally, as a guy who's gone to hundreds, hey! Oh, okay. Frank is here. He says, I'm not doing live streaming tonight because one of my friends died yesterday, and I'm kind of upset talking. Maybe I can tell you later on your email. Okay, Frank. Bless you, Frank. Tell your friend's family that we're so sorry for their loss, that we're all praying for them. Sorry to hear that. I know that's a tough thing, and it's part of life, but I know it's tough. We'll be thinking about Jessie isn't here. She's out doing her laundry right now, but I will let her know, Frank, and that we'll keep you in our thoughts and prayers for this week. You have our email address, so feel free to contact me if there's anything we can do for you. Thanks for being part of the family, Frank, and we'll look forward to seeing you. We look forward to seeing you next week. Okay, you take care of yourself and be blessed. Okay, hang in there, Frank. Let's see. So John Hipp says he's had the doctor play that song when he had surgery. So that's a good song to play. I'm free falling. That's awesome. Bless you, Frank. Thanks for at least popping in. Let us know. I was getting a little worried about you. So, Yeah, Appio. I can't. So, basically, what I was saying was like, as a guy who's gone to hundreds of concerts, and I know Appio is still doing the concert thing. You're welcome, Frank. God bless you this week. Have a safe weekend, and you'll be in our thoughts and prayers, Frank. And come back next week. Next week, I think we're going to be discussing the Eagles. I think I just came up. Now that I mentioned Don Felder, I think next week we're going to do the Eagles. So there you go. You heard it first here on the hotline. 1039 on your FM dial. Hang in there, Frank. God bless you. Thanks for being part of the family, and we'll see you next time we go live, okay? Again, Appio, I know I've been vicariously living. I'll still give you a like button. Thank you very much. John said, I have kidney problems. I had surgery. Well, thank goodness you're better, John. And that's awesome that the doctors will play free falling for you during the surgery. I hope you're all okay. And you keep that situation under control. But, I live my concert life now vicariously through Appio, who's always seen a show that, by the way, Appio, Robin Trower is playing in Buffalo, which is about 2.5 hours from here. Man, I would like to go, and he's playing at a really, really nice theater. But, yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen, but I don't think my electric scooter will get that far. It's only got like a 20-mile range, so... But it just seems like it's so crazy, and I realize that artists aren't making money selling records anymore and that kind of thing, but it just seems out of control. And there's some shows I'd like to go see, but I'm not. I had a friend of mine that went and saw Elton John in Pittsburgh, and I think paid $300 for a ticket, and she was so far up in the rafters that when she was showing me videos of the show, it just looked like little stick figures on a screen. So I mean, I'm not going to pay $300 to go, see somebody from the rafters in a big ice arena. John Hipp says, I have a rod in my back when I was in a car accident. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, John. I hope that's not too painful for you. I hope you're still able to get around. So Mr. M, well, I think Mr. M said he saw Dylan and Petty in 85, 86, I believe. Appio, yeah, today at the Neil Young presale orchestra was $750. That's out of control. There's no way I'm gonna pay that kind of money. Sorry. I mean, even if I was rich or just floating in cash, I don't know if I'd pay that kind of money. Just seems ridiculous. Now, I will say this. That's why artists like Warren Haynes, who loves to play music, even when they do their run at the Beacon Theater. Now, all the aftermarket sellers, the prices are ridiculous, but the base ticket price, in fact, when I went and saw Government Mule at the Beacon during that, don't ask me what year it was. It was the New Year's Eve run, and now we didn't have New Year's Eve night. We had the night before, but it was under $60 for that ticket. And I think it was, no, excuse me, I think it was like 70, but $70 for a show at the Beacon Theater in New York. And that, by the way, folks, is one of my favorite venues in the country. Man, the Beacon is a sweet place, man. Wow, wow, wow. And the Allman Brothers just own that joint. Boy, was that kind of from what I heard Greg Allman say, and Bush Trucks and Jimo kind of said that they had it had the Fillmore East kind of vibe. So, but boy, that was a beautiful venue. I really had a good time there. There's also a really nice called Playhouse Theater in Cleveland. That's a really, really, really sweet venue. And surprisingly, right down the road from us, about an hour west of us in Erie, Pennsylvania, uh, the Warner Theater is another really, really beautiful theater that was built specifically for music and orchestra music and the like. So the acoustics are amazing. That's another great place to see shows. So those are the kind of places that I go where, you can sometimes get a reasonably priced ticket for a decent act, but but I I can't see paying those huge ticket prices, and I mean, I'm just not economically in the position to do it either, so I won't. And I understand the the why the artists do that because that's really their only way of generating money now is merch and ticket sales. But when artists are coming through an area 3 times a year and then basically playing the same music every time they come through, it's just watered down and convoluted. I mean, and that again, and I don't mean to harp on this. I know we've done lives about it, and I've done a free video. One of our long form videos is uh, Warren Haynes. The guy plays a different set every night. They're always constantly different shows. So even if he's coming through the same area twice in say a 4-month period or a 6-month period, you're bound to see a different show. So that's a big thing for me. Uh, um, Appio says, first John Hipp said, when the boss coming back? Okay, the boss is doing her laundry, so I'm assuming she's folding her clothes about now. I know she had to go put them in the dryer, so she'll be back as soon as she gets here. I really don't know what's taking her so long, but hey, what are you gonna do? She had to get all her Grundies and all the rest of her stuff all clean and fresh and dapper for her big job pushing mud, as she says. Me being 77-year-old working in the coal mine, I don't really have to worry about it. So, but she's got to be all fresh and prim and proper, pushing mud and cleaning toilets, and that's a quote from her, not from me, folks. There you go. Appio says, I'll tell you, I would like to have been a fly on the wall at Petty's second wedding with Little Richard officiating. Yeah. Imagine what kind of party that would have been like. He was a wild man. I've seen some interviews with his daughter, and I know there was a big, all the madness with the estate, and it was a big loss. I mean, I know it hit a lot of people in LA hard, especially after doing that Hollywood Bowl run, and then boom, he's gone, and that's that. So I was really shocked at how, I mean, it doesn't surprise me because it was most of their career, but like Benmont Tench and Mike Campbell really took his passing hard, and that was a huge blow. But it's good to see that they're now, striking out on their own. Um, I really like Mike Campbell, man. He is an amazing guitar player. I think highly underrated in the grand scope of things. That's just my that's right, John. Taking my PB and J to the coal mine, baby, with my cane and my little scamper scooter. Yeah. Appio says I last saw Government Mule 7/29/23. Awesome, just like you say. And it is. I can't say enough. I mean, here's an interesting thing, and this is what I'm talking about. Now, I've seen Government Mule a bunch, a lot of times, as well as the Allman Brothers quite a few times. And every time I saw them, it was a little bit different. There was different stage banner. There was different, songs. I mean, they didn't always do the same set. But I was watching. I did this deep dive. I'm a huge Genesis fan, by the way, in case anybody didn't know or anybody even cares. But I was watching some live videos from like let's see, the Abacab tour, the Three Sides Live tour, the Mama tour, and then what was the one? Well, then like Come Rain or Come Shine, the last one they did in 2007. And here's the thing about the band. I love that band. I love those guys. I love you, Phil Collins, Mike Rutherford, Tony Banks, Chester Thompson, Daryl Strumer. I've seen them many times as well. And wow, Genesis at the Greek Theater on the Three Sides Live tour in Berkeley, California. Absolutely one of the best shows I've ever seen in a killer venue, the Greek Theater in Berkeley, California. But anyways, I digress. The stage banner, every one of those videos that I watched as I watched through those, and these were, decades apart, like 10 years apart, it was the exact same rants, the same setup. And I mean, I get that, but that's why I have a hard time, because I don't want to go see the same. I don't know why. And I know people that I work with. I know people that live around here that go see the same bands over and over, sometimes 2-3 times in a year. And I'm like, well, did they do different from what you saw them last time? And they said, same exact set. And I'm like, well, why are you spending the money? What's the point? So Appio, John Hipp says, you all in red. Yep, I'm supporting Liverpool Football Club after a big victory against Newcastle at the great Anfield. And we have got the Premier League, the English Professional Soccer League, under control. And unless there's a complete collapse in the last 10 games, you will be seeing Liverpool crowned champions. Appio says, saw Brothers of the Road tour. Whoa, wow. 8/22/81. Wow. Big fan since Eat a Peach. So let me see, Appio. Yes, you're right. You will never walk alone. Amen. And when you get out to Liverpool, if you get a chance, I know they do stadium like tours of Anfield. If you get a chance, Appio, I have no idea how much it costs. I never actually did look it up, but I would highly suggest, if you get a chance, number one, if you can see a game, if they're in town and you can get a ticket, I would highly go. But if you can just go over there to get a tour of the stadium, I'd highly recommend it, man. That is a beautiful place. I love Liverpool Reds, and I'm jealous, but I'm living through you as you travel safely, I hope, to Liverpool. You have a great time. Getting back to your other comment about Brothers of the Road tour, boy, the band was in rough shape at that time. That was when Dickie was out of control. I believe that's with David Goldflies and Dan Toller and Frankie Toller, I believe. Yep, John, I know you want us to visit you so bad. I want to go too. I'd love to hit the road. I've traveled a lot. My father was in the travel industry and the airlines, and I've been all around this country and world. But unfortunately, I still got to get to the coal mine, man. I got bills to pay. Well, not a lot of bills to pay, but I still got to work to pay my bills. So hopefully we're gonna get it done at some point. But unfortunately, I have one huge problem, and that is I don't drive. I don't have a driver's license. Not that I don't get all wild out there in interweb land. It's not like I got DUIs or anything like that. I don't have a driver's license. So I don't drive. And it's kind of complicated where we live out here in the coal mining woods of Northwest Pennsylvania for me to be accessible to get around. And Jessie is a small town girl, and she's not big on like city driving and going to the big cities and being things like that. She hasn't done it that much. So unless she wants to take me somewhere, unfortunately, John, it's just hard for me to get around. So, I'd love to come. Don't get me wrong, man. I'd love to get down to Lexington, North Carolina. And I'd love to go see Mr. M and up in the Great White North and see Appio in Florida. Appio says they were out of control. They virtually traveled with a full bar and liquor store backstage. Greg got served fourth divorce 20 minutes before hitting the stage. Wow. Yeah, what? And I mean, and at the show I was at, that's awesome, man. I love your memories. I have so many great concert memories. Here's the thing, Appio. I know we're doing Tom Petty tonight, but man, getting on Greg Allman. Here's a guy that turned ratted out one of his best friends, like the guy that was his personal assistant, to save him from prison time. And it's really ironic. And I mean, I know that we've all changed as we get older and all that, but like that he was still in the band and really, up until the end, until his passing, Warren Haynes had said a lot of great things. Jimo had said Butch Trucks, they kind of brought him back, but for a long time, man, what he did to, for those of you read the story to, he sent his buddy to prison for, I think he spent 10 years, in prison for that, when they were coming after him. So, yeah, those were some high flying days, Floyd, back in the day, man. Especially, and sadly, a lot of it, obviously, they were out of control before then, but obviously it was all predicated on Dwayne dying. And then, you can see Barry Oakley dies a year later. And I will, John. She should be here. I am getting kind of concerned. I don't know why she's not here with us. She's been gone a while, but she had some stuff to do. Like I said, she's working full time, cleaning toilets and pushing that mud. And I've got a few days off before I got to go to that new coal mine. I'm getting my bread ready. I got my big jug of peanut butter and my great value grape jelly, and we're getting ready to get after it. So I'm really excited. My new job starts 7 a.m. Monday morning. Like I said, guys, if you weren't with us last night, I know most of you were. So I start this new job Monday morning at the XYZ coal mine. I'm leaving from the ABC coal mine. I'm going to the XYZ one, but my shift is going to change. Obviously, my days off are going to change. I'm really not sure at this point how we're going to, because now Jesse's going to be working one shift and I'm going to be working another. So we're going to have to just bear with us, folks. Make sure you're checking our community posts on the channel. We'll try to keep you updated on when we're going to try to do this. At this point, I'll be 100% honest with you guys. We kind of haven't figured it out yet. So we're trying. We're trying. So, imagine, Appio says, imagine Petty finding himself playing with a Beatle and Bob Dylan. He must have thought it was a dream. Amen. Wow. It's crazy. And one of the ones that I really love that Tom Petty did was, I'm sure you guys have seen it. If you haven't, watch it's from the Hall of Fame when Prince played with them. And Prince just goes hog wild. That's one of the greatest guitar solos. Say what you want about Prince, but that guy was an absolute genius. And more importantly, he was a shredding, tasty guitar player. And that is probably one of the greatest videos I've ever watched. It's from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ceremony. I think it was from 2006. And he's with Dhani Harrison, Jeff Lynne, Tom Petty, Steve Winwood. Yes, I have heard of Black Lung. I'm hoping I ain't got it. If I don't, the cigarettes and the vaping will do it to me, but there you go. There's a little free falling for you, John, to bring you back to I don't, Appio, have you seen that one where it's let me see if I can find it. I think I have it on here. I think I saw it. Let's see here. Maybe I can't find it. Oh, let's see. No, this isn't it, but here's another song. Yep, John Hipp says the coal mines can do that to you. Well, look it up, Appio. It's on YouTube. I'll find it. Hang on. They do While My Guitar Gently. Yeah, here it is. There it is right there, Appio. Just look up, it's on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame channel. It says Prince, Tom Petty, Steve Winwood, Jeff Lynne, and more doing While My Guitar. It's the 2004 induction, I'm sorry. But let me get to the solo where he just starts shredding. Let's see here. Here you go. This is it right here, Appio. This is all Prince. And he's doing the whole shtick, the whole Jimi Hendrix. I mean, it's so tasty, man. Playing a Telecaster. This is all, listen to that, man. So unbelievable. And the show he's putting on, he's doing the whole Jimi Hendrix thing, which I love. He's falling into the crowd, and then right at the end of the solo, he just tosses his guitar, man. It is one of the greatest videos. It's on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame YouTube channel. Playing with one hand, doing the whole shtick. So I definitely highly suggest you check that out. That is one of the greatest videos. John Hipp says, my friend died after having black lung. Wow, that's so sad, John. Yeah, it's a dangerous business I'm in, I'm telling you. Them coal mine, digging that coal out is one serious business. But hey, we got to do it. You got to bring home the proverbial North Carolina bacon, if you know what I mean. So I'm still after it, man. 77 years old, still hitting the coal mine. So, and Jess is 60, pushing mud and cleaning toilets, man. Still getting after it, getting it done, getting it. Appio, seriously, check that out. It says, the title on it says, Prince, Tom Petty, Steve Winwood, Jeff Lynne, and more, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, 2004 induction ceremony. Just put in Prince, My Guitar Gently Weeps, and While My Guitar Gently Weeps, and you'll find it. Highly recommend you check that out, man. And that's the thing. Speaking of, I brought up the great Jimi Hendrix. Look, he obviously was a pioneer guitar player. He had sounds from his days of parachuting in the Army that he was translating through his soul into his music, into his guitar playing. But I'm sorry, people are probably gonna lambaste me for this, but he wasn't necessarily the greatest guitar player in the world, but what he was from all those years playing the Chitlin circuit, he was a showman, and he knew how to use it as a tool to put on a show, and that's what made the music even that much more special. You know, there's one thing to, know music theory and know all the chords and the chord wheel and all that kind of thing and all the different modes, the Dorian mode and all those things, but it's also making it into a show, and that's what made Jimi Hendrix so special. And certainly Prince gathered, he obviously learned a lot of that from him. John, I was worried about her too. I think she's just pulling up now. I think I saw some lights through the curtain, so she might be coming in about now. I'm not really sure, but hey, she's doing her thing. She's a big girl. She's 60 years old. She's all right. She's a tough gal, slinging mud and cleaning toilets. No, I'm sorry, pushing mud and cleaning toilets. She's probably gonna kill me. But that's the thing that I love, man. Is and Tom Petty was too, man. Tom Petty knew how to put on a show, and the thing that I love about his music is it's so distinct. It's so just Tom Petty, and how you can't know from instantly that 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 that's Tom Petty. So uh, I mean, that's the thing that I like, that you know exactly who it is. So I really she's here. The 60-year-old toilet cleaner pushing mud girl extraordinaire. John's been worried about you. I'm like, wow. Appio says Petty sold more than 80 million records worldwide. It's a legacy that can't be ignored. I clean toilets too, John Hipp says. Well, good for you, John. You're in the same line of business. 60 years old, cleaning toilets and pushing mud. Yep, that's my girl. That's the superhuman powered. Come on, John's been waiting for you. He's worried. He just wrote. I'm worried about Jesse. Get on in the picture. Appio's with us. Mr. M was here. Frank said he had a friend die, and so he wasn't going to be live streaming tonight. Yep, she's getting settled right now, John. So get ready. The hotness that is. You can't do that to me now. So you're in for the ride, kid. Where you go? What? Okay. Do what you want to do. She's taking over the house. Let's play some more music, seeing as we're getting here's a good one. Learning to fly around the clouds.
Well, I started out down a dirty road.
What?
Not sure how much.
Well, Mr. M said the same thing you said. You can only do commentary about it, but okay, it's fine. We're not gonna. So, say hello to the audience. Come on, you can't do that. Just okay. Sorry, John. She doesn't seem to want to be on camera today, so I don't know what to tell you. I apologize.
I'm eating.
Why, you sat there and ate in other videos? So what makes this one different? So yeah, John says that blows because you won't get on the video. Well, yeah, it's definitely a legacy that you cannot.
Salty.
Sorry, Jess. Here, you talk for a minute. I'll get you something.
No, I'll find it. I was up to the chickens.
What?
Chickens.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. She doesn't seem to want to be on camera today, John. So I guess you're stuck with me. So thank you so much, John, for bringing up Tom Petty as today's theme. It definitely, as Appio said, 80 million records sold worldwide. It's a legacy that can't be ignored. I don't know how much more you can say. It's great that we played some music. I know we're not supposed to. I know we're not supposed to do that, but you know what? We're just having a little fun. I didn't play all that much, so it's okay. You didn't push her, John. It's no problem. She just doesn't want to. I guess she's having a bad day. It was a bad day cleaning toilets and pushing mud. 60-year-old and still getting at it. So good for her. All right, guys. I think we're going to wrap this thing up. We're 75 minutes in. So we hope everybody's had a great week, and we hope you have a great weekend. Appio says, I would be remiss to remind the world of the Petty Dylan Open for the Dead for some shows in 86 and 87. Yep. I mean, Mr. M was saying that he saw the Petty Dylan shows, I think in 85 and 86. So somewhere in around there. So yeah, the guy was amazing. And I mean, it was a huge loss in the industry. And he certainly was one for the fans. And, you know, rest in peace, Tom Petty. Our condolences and our thoughts. You know, obviously it wasn't anything that happened here recently, but we know that we're with your family. We're thankful that of all the music you've released after his passing, we're thankful that all the questions of the whole catalog and all the craziness that goes with somebody's passing, especially somebody famous, is all settled. And we couldn't thank you. And that's the great thing about music. It's still all out there. It'll always be out there. It can't be taken away from us. So, Appio, we thank you for all your wise, sage advice. We thank you for everybody who joined us, Mr. M. Frank, we bless you for... John says, I had fun even though I didn't get to talk to the boss. Yeah. Appio says, okay, guys, catch you soon. May the four winds blow you safely home. Amen to that. Hey, Appio, again, keep an eye on occasionally check the community posts on the channel. We'll let you know. I really, at this point, have no idea how we're going to work this out. We're going to have to we're going to have to do some brainstorming. But when all she seems to want to do is eat food like a thoroughbred horse, I don't know. We'll have to just see what ends up happening. But thank you so much for Mr. M. Frank, God bless you. We hope that our condolences to your friend's family. We hope that you are safe this weekend and this coming week. Yes, I will. John Hipp says I need to talk to you about buying an RV instead of a tour bus. So I will talk to her about that, John. John, thank you for the great suggestion. The next time we go live, I think we're going to talk about the Eagles, or maybe we'll just talk about life. Maybe we'll talk about the fact that now I'm working for the XYZ coal mine instead of the ABC coal mine. So coal mine. I'm going from the ABC coal mine, going over to the XYZ coal mine. So that's my new job. I told everybody I'm starting my new job. And I was working at the ABC coal mine. Now I'm working at the XYZ coal mine. What?
Top secret.
Yeah.
Where we work is top secret.
So
we're not allowed to say it or we'll get fired.
We really appreciate
we're not allowed to say the name of the place we
I'm
work
sure
at.
I just said the name of the place I work with, the XYZ coal mine. What?
We're not allowed to say where we work. We'll get fired.
That's just her saying that. I could say where I work at.
No, you can't.
I work at the XYZ coal mine. Ask Boots. She'll tell you. So anyways, thank you all. Mr. M, Appio, John Hipp, thank you. Lexington, I was going to say Kentucky again. Let's do this again. John Hipp, Lexington, North Carolina's favorite son. Thank you for the great suggestion of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. It was fun talking about it. It was fun playing some music, even though I'm probably going to get, yes, that's right, John, XYZ. Bang, there you go. Look it up. Google search it. So hang in there, everybody. Thanks for everybody who joined us from Matthew Ortiz. Mr. Palad says, you look like Obama. All right. Well, thank you. I think that's a compliment. I'm not sure, but thank you.
You're a handsome man.
I appreciate that. It was great being president. I hope I enriched all your lives. But again, thank you, Matthew Ortiz, everybody who joined us. John Hipp says he's not black. He's not black. So thank you so much to everybody who joined us. Blessings to you. We hope that you have a peace and safe coming weekend and week next week. Remember, folks, music is a precious thing. And though some of these musicians like Tom Petty and many, many others are passing away as we get older in this life, the music cannot be taken away, and it'll always be there. So what I suggest you do this week, folks, go out and find some new music that you've never listened to before and check it out. You may not like it, maybe you will, but just give it a whirl, give it a swing, and see where it takes you, because I guarantee it'll take you into great places. Thank you very much for everybody that joined us. We thank you for all the family members and everybody who's joined us. John, you take care of yourself. Have a great week. Thank you so much for the great suggestion. Sorry that Jessie didn't want to seem to talk tonight. What are you going to do? She's a woman. Good luck. So have a great have a great evening. Have a great week.
What does that mean? Don't women like to talk?
Evidently not, because you don't want to. You're not wanting to talk tonight, so evidently it's what?
What's this?
What? Ow!
You missed one.
Okay, well,
Sorry.
golly. All right. Well, thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Remember, music is the thing. Let's keep it alive. Let's keep it loud. And let's always keep it loud.
Keep it.
Wow. So now you decide to get on at the last second. Well, there you go, John.
Good
There
to
you
see
go.
you, everybody. Thanks for joining. We've missed you all.
We love you all. Have a great week.
We love you all.
Keep
Have
it
a
loud.
great week.
Have a great week. Take care, everybody. Good night.